last owner of this mill before it was burned down. It was supposed to be burned maliciously when some labourer was fired. This here is the letter from Isaac Beckett, the last owner of the mill, dated May 1922, written to Mr. John Barrett of Farah, concerning J. Stones, who was injured, or who got injured in the mill. Signed by Beckett. A rent receipt from the Congested District Board to Mr. John Barrett, Palmer Estate, County Mayo, £4.11 and 7pence. 15th of November 1920. 23 Rutland Square, Dublin. 15th of October 1920. Written to and signed by J.R. O'Brien, who was the secretary. Written to John Barrett, manager of the mill of Clonalaw. Another letter to John Barrett from 3234 Donegal Street, Belfast, about setting the toe. From Johnston, signed by Johnston and Company. And from another letter from a different department, Flax Supplies, to Mr. John Barrett of Clonalough, Killala, County Mayo. Whitehall Buildings, Ann Street, Belfast. Information about toe and lots and grades and prices and value, etc. Now, some of the last workers at the mill were Pat Devaney, Martin Carden, James Carden, Mick Flaherty, and of course John Barrett of Clonalough. These are their books here. Pat Devaney, Martin Carden, here, James Carden, Mick Flaherty, and of course John Barrett of Clonalough. Now, John Barrett of Clonalough was the man that was in charge of this mill from about 1912 until 1922, until it was burned down. Now, this is the new house of his son, Brendan Barrett, in Clonalough. And John Barrett lived it on the left side there, in the trees at the back, where the old house was situated. From about 1912 until about 1922, when it was burned down, and they worked. It was burned during daylight hours, not during the night hours. And here's a picture of John Barrett, what he looked like. He lived, I believe, to be 90 years old, a hard working man. And he lived at Clonalough and worked in the Farah flax mill. Another clearer picture of the same man, John Barrett. Now, you were telling me there that your father, he ran the mill for many years down there in Farah.
He did for, I'd say, about 10 anyhow now, the last 10 of it, you know.
So about 1912 he took over, would it be?
I'd say 12 or 13 or around that time.
There, around that time. And you were telling me there about a dispute that was in the mill.
There was, I'd say to be about probably 1918 now, 17 or 18.
Yeah.
There was a May Day march in Killala, and all the workers went, but he wasn't in it, and they wouldn't work the next day or something.
Yeah.
Because he didn't go to the May Day march, and Perkins closed the mill then as a result.
Yeah.
And there was about 6 weeks work left at that stage, and it was transferred to Anne-Marie to his mills.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Perkins opened the mill after that. It was Beckett who took it over then
Yeah,
when Geegan came to Fara in about 1918,
19. Well, when do you think this May Day mast was? Was it around 1917, 1918?
I'd say about 1918, I'd imagine now.
Yeah, yeah. And the last man to operate the mill there was Beckett, was it?
Beckett operated at the time of the fire when
Yeah.
it was burnt, and I'd say it was burnt. It worked a full day on the 15th of April, and my father used to say it was burnt at 10 o'clock at the 10 o'clock break.
Yeah.
So that would probably be on the 16th of April,
Yeah.
1922.
Yeah. Yeah.
The records show it worked a full day on the 15th of
Yeah.
April.
Yeah, yeah. So your father didn't live in this house. This is your own new house here, isn't it?
It is. No, he lived in the other house just up the way there.
Yeah. This was the house your father lived in.
Oh, this house over here,
Yeah. And he had been there, I suppose, for a long
Oh, he
time.
was there for his lifetime,
Was he?
Was,
Yeah. A fairly old man when he died, was he?
He was 90.
Oh. He never lived in Farah or down there, did he?
No, he didn't know. He lives here all the time.
So when did you move down to the new house?
In
Rough idea.
78.
78. Ah, well, he wasn't in it at the time.
No, he never lived in the
Yeah.
new house. He was
Yeah.
dead that time.
Yeah. What year did he die in?
In 76.
Oh, 1976. Oh, yeah.